Good evening. I'm Francesco Casta from Italy, northern Italy. I live in the town of Ravenna, Italy, Europe, and this is my first bass guitar lesson in English. I hope my pronunciation, my American English pronunciation is not so terrible. Okay, I love to play bass guitar and I like this instrument so much, but sometimes in the last years I'm being bored sometimes. But usually I love this instrument. Today I would like to talk about bass guitar techniques. If you haven't ever played a bass guitar, I'll show you something very basic, elementary. You can play bass guitar in different ways. For example, you can play bass guitar fingered, or we could say plucked. For example, like this. I'm using two fingers, slower. Or for example, slower. Oh, fantastic. It sounded not so well tuned. But however, you can also play with three fingers. 3. 1, 2, 3. For example. Or for example with 4 fingers, with also the sound. Or even with 5 fingers. For example, these are only examples, not songs or bass parts. They are only examples. Okay. And you can play also bass guitar with the famous slap technique, like this. For example, slower. Let's listen to something to the same slower. A little bit faster. Okay. Then there is another famous technique, the tapping. Tapping technique was developed by Mr. the great Eddie Van Halen, the solo guitar player in the world famous hard rock group Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen was born in Holland, Netherlands, but we can say he's American because he's been living there in USA for a long time. And Van Halen invented this technique where you put your finger like an hammer on the fretboard. He's a guitarist, but bass guitar players have used this technique a lot of times on bass guitar. For example, you can start for a very simple exercise. You mute the other strings with your left hand. Or you can also play an arpeggio. Arpeggio is an Italian word, arpeggio. And generally in English you would say arpeggio, like this. Okay. when you start to learn tapping, you should practice slowly, but making ring the notes very clearly. You must listen to clear notes before trying to go to play faster. Then, after some weeks or months, it depends on how much do you study every day. You can play. For example, but I would suggest you to play slower because it's much easier to listen to a musician playing clear and nice sounding melodies than it's easier than to listen to a musician playing very fast like this. For example, I'm only playing arpeggios. I could play this example faster, but it wouldn't be music probably. It's like a sort of a mesh, an awful sound, not well defined. If you play like this, it's more musical. I think this is only my opinion. Then there is another technique to play bass guitar, the pick technique, and I'll show you something in the next video. Okay? Goodbye from Francesco.